Welcome back. President Trump signing an executive order to speed up the research and review of psychedelic drugs that are used to treat mental health, specifically for American veterans who may be suffering from depression and PTSD. The Food and Drug Administration will issue national priority vouchers for 3 types of psychedelics, cutting the review time from several months to just a few weeks. Joining me now is the FDA Commissioner, Dr. Marty Makary. Dr. Makary, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Good morning.
Tell us more about these plans for psychedelic drug reviews. Are there safety concerns we need to be aware of?
Well, there are, and that's why we're going through the proper FDA process. But this was a historic day on Saturday when we announced $50 million of research. The president described a path to allowing for the Drug Enforcement Agency to allow for medical use. The first ever IND, or investigational new drug clearance, for ibogaine, one of the psychedelic drugs, and 3 national priority vouchers, which allow for decisions in 40, 50 days. We're averaging 51 days instead of nearly a year. And that's part of this new program to get decisions out fast from the FDA, where we don't cut any corners on safety. We just move fast. And there's no topic that needs a sense of urgency more than our mental health illness crisis. It's burdensome, it's costly, it's affecting some of the greatest Americans. You know, we've lost over 30,000 veterans from suicide since the Afghan and Iraq wars. That's more people than we lost in those wars. And even though the wars are over, our men and women are still dying. And that's because it still rages in their minds, and they have trouble assimilating, holding jobs. And they're aware of this. They know they need help. So hopefully there are promising therapies here that can finally help these greatest Americans.
Right, and not just that, but just the idea of mental illness, I think, seems to be a lot more prevalent than many knew going into the conversation about psychedelics.
That's right. We're seeing some data that could be very impressive. 30 to 40% remission rates for conditions like PTSD, where we don't really have anything else. Almost 90% of veterans with PTSD are treated with antidepressants, that is SSRIs, with very poor results on average. And if you listen to the individuals, if you watch the event with President Trump and hear from the veterans who had harrowing experiences on the ground and describe how they went from being nearly suicidal to getting their lives back, those testimonials are data. That is scientific data. The question is, are we going to listen to them? In this administration, we are.
Dr. Makary, you're also leading your own national priority voucher program to dramatically reduce the FDA's review times for drug applications. This is very important. Tell us where you are in that process. And again, the safety issue comes up with critics, knowing that you're trying to get as much approval out as possible. Are there vouchers awarded?
Yeah, so we've issued 18 vouchers. We're going to issue 3 more this week. This is a program to say we are going to try to modernize and streamline the process to cut the idle time. Instead of applications getting farmed out to so many offices, we convene, and we convene quickly. Now, the reviewers have the right to extend the review if they feel that they need to for safety reasons. But if we work together, it's amazing what we can do. We are getting decisions out in 44 days, in 51 days on average, instead of nearly a year. And you know, the fastest FDA approval in U.S. history was 42 days during the HIV epidemic for an HIV medication. Well, we're at that on a routine basis today, and we need the same level of urgency that we had with HIV to address cancer and PTSD and our mental health illness and blindness. And you're going to hear about a decision on deafness this week. So we're moving at a speed that patients deserve.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love it. But, you know, the idea that we got the vaccine for COVID still does not sit well with people, some people, because they feel, yes, we needed something to counteract COVID, but they were afraid to take that vaccine. So that's where the rubber hits the road in terms of getting this out as soon as possible, right?
Yeah, let me give you an example. We've approved zongertinib for non-small cell lung cancer in 44 days, and Tecdara. Those medications for cancer can literally pull people out of hospice and give them a normal life again. So that's why we're not cutting any corners, but we are getting decisions out by cutting idle time. And we've asked ourselves, can we do this? And we've proven we can.
Well, thank you for that very much. I want to bring Mark Tepper in because I know the FDA is also looking to ease restrictions on more than a half a dozen peptide injections that have become popular in the fitness world. Mark, jump in.
Yeah, Dr. Makary, question for you. So I've had chronic back pain for years due to herniated discs. And for a while, I was utilizing a peptide, BPC 157, which was very effective. It was reducing inflammation, all that stuff. But now there obviously are a lot of restrictions on that peptide, among others as well. Beyond that, I ended up going to Tijuana, Mexico to get stem cell injections at the end of last year because the good stuff isn't available here in the U.S. How can we speed that stuff up?
Yeah, so there are approved stem cell therapies and approved stem cell sites in the United States. But, you know, with both stem cells and peptides, it is a big tent. So there are some where there are good data to support it, and there are some where we have no idea if people are seeing a placebo effect or what. So we want to see good science to support this kind of work so that more people can benefit from the types of experiences you've had.
All right, Dr. Makary, it's always great to see you. We so appreciate all of your work, certainly. Thank you, Marty Makary.
Thanks so much.